Okay, so we're going to be applying our sterile gloves. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the supply room and I'm going to grab the size that I wear. I wear a size 6.5, so I'm grabbing that. I would have checked the patient's allergies just to check for latex. That's not totally uncommon, but this is a latex-free sterile glove. So that's good. Our package integrity is intact and our gloves will say are not expired. So with this as well, since it's sterile, I'm making sure that there's no puncture marks, no watermarks anywhere, and that this sterile seal at the top of the glove package is intact. You'll see a little triangle there. That's where we're going to be opening it from. So that is good to go. And next we're going to take off any watches, any rings, any wrist ties, things like that. We just want our bare hands on. If my ring comes off, there we go. All right, those are just gonna go in my pocket for now. So I'm gonna do my hand hygiene here. And I'm going to open this up. I'm gonna have the label side up. And I'm staying on the outside part of the wrapper here. So I'm gonna grab my glove wrapper from the part that is creased, kind of like a book binding, how it's closed. And I'm gonna set that on the table. My wrapper is gonna get tossed in the garbage. But you guys will be saving yours. So next I'm gonna be opening my glove wrapper like a book. And I'm keeping my shoulders back so I don't accidentally lean forward and contaminate that. So you'll want your hair up too for checkoff as well. So I'm going to undo the crease of the top part of the glove. And then I'm going to do the bottom. And you can pinch this a couple times. It's not a race to see how fast you can open it. Just take your time. So now you're going to see an exposed middle section. I don't want to cross over that because that's sterile. And you can see that there's a little bit of my glove peeking out as well. I want to stay away from that. So I'm going to bring my fingers under this little crease. And I'm going to just slowly undo the crease that's in the paper. So I'm staying within that 1 inch border. So you have 1 inch of contamination on the outside, so I am able to touch that with my ungloved hands. Okay, so we're gonna have a left glove and a right glove. I'm gonna put on my dominant hand first. I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna do that first. So I'm coming in, I'm staying behind the cuff here. I'm not dragging the cuff at all. Just gonna loosen that. I'm gonna slide in my dominant hand. And I'm keeping this glove horizontal. Okay, I'm not just picking it up and pointing it on, otherwise that's gonna be contaminated. So that is my first glove. And you see how I stepped away from my glove wrapper. That's gonna be important for future skills. So next, I'm stabilizing the glove wrapper with my ungloved hand so that it doesn't wiggle around. The paper is pretty slippery, so that's gonna help you guys out. And I'm going to grab the inner part of the cuff with my gloved hand. You wanna be careful that you don't drag your thumb or your wrist onto this 1 inch section here, otherwise you'll contaminate your whole glove. So I've got my fingers into my cuff like that, okay? I'm going to then insert this hand into my glove like this. You can see I'm going horizontal here, and my thumb is outside of the cuff. And I just let it go. So if you get a finger that's a little stuck, you can fix your glove now that you have both hands sterile. We want to stay 1 inch away from the lower cuff here. Otherwise that would be contaminated. And I'm going to keep my hands in front of me whenever I work with my sterile supplies so that I can keep eyes on them at all times. So that is applying sterile gloves, and I'm going to remove them. So I'll say that we're done with our procedure, whatever we were doing that was sterile. I'm going to grab the cuff of my non-dominant hand. I'm going to just slide that over. I'm going to crinkle it up into the palm of my dominant hand, sliding a finger under the cuff here. And I'm going to take that off, put it in the garbage, and do my hand hygiene again. So that's applying and removing sterile gloves.